Welcome back, everybody. So we want to talk about climate change, specifically with your kids. Now, the journal Science Study says today kids will live through 3 times as many climate disasters than their grandparents. So it may be on their minds. So how and when is it appropriate to talk to your kids about climate change? Why should we do it? Education advisor at Lingokids, Dr. Suzanne Barchers, is joining us now to help. Good morning, Dr. Barchers.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Now, you're with Lingokids. It's an app with some 600 games, all educational. Let's talk about that first. How does that platform help educate young people, and specifically about climate change? How does it help them learn about it?
Well, the main purpose of the app began with teaching children of any language vocabulary related to English and conversation. And then it's grown in popularity, and it's used for English speakers as well. And many of the games do deal with educational aspects, and they include a focus on the 3 R's: reduce, recycle, and reuse, because it's very important for children to become good Earth citizens.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, this app is for ages 2 to 8 years old, it looked like. Is that right?
That's right, and it does have levels so that children can use games that are appropriate for their age and their ability.
Okay, so for kids that young, I think about my 2-year-old, and we're trying to teach her about composting. Right. She loves worms. She recycles by putting the bottles where they're supposed to go. But, that's a young age. Is it important that we bring this topic up with them?
Well, absolutely. And I think first you have to decide how important it is for you as a family to adhere to some of these concepts. We don't want to scare the children.
Right.
Climate change can be defined very simply as what's happened with the land and the seas and the earth in general as things have changed and patterns have changed and the weather has changed. And that sometimes causes bigger storms or rising sea levels. But it can feel overwhelming to a real young child. So I think what you're doing with recycling is a good first step, because that's something that's tangible and a child can do.
And, Dr. Barchers, you've written more than 250 books for teachers and kids, and I'm sure, you're very involved in the education process. How big of a deal is climate for these kids? Are they asking about it? Do they want more information about it?
Well, they are. My 2 youngest grandchildren were in kindergarten and 5th grade last year, and I homeschooled them, and they're passionate about it, and they talk about it, and sometimes they scold me. If you leave the water running while you're brushing your teeth, you can use several gallons of water, where if you turn it off, you're using just a little bit. They automatically do that. Short showers uses a fraction of the amount of water that a long shower or a full bathtub will use.
And, right now here in San Diego, I think it's, on the mind of maybe a lot of families. In California, we talk about the fires. People see the images of what happens with the extreme weather events like the hurricanes. So what can we do just as a family here in San Diego to try to make some change?
Well, I think there are small things that can make a big difference. If you open up your house in the morning and don't turn on the air conditioner until you absolutely have to, or if you can afford it, invest in an air purifier, especially with the smoky air. That's an issue, and it's a health issue. In the wintertime, when it cools off, putting on a sweater rather than turning on the heat. Just little things like riding your bike to school if you can, if it's safe, walking more, using reusable containers, bags, reusable straw to keep straws out of the oceans. These are small things that really do add up, and it's amazing.
And I do love that a lot of kids already are schooling their parents. Mom, stop doing that. I look forward to the day for my kid to scold me with more eco-friendly ways. Real quick, we do have to go, Dr. Barchers, but what's a resource for families to get more information?
Well, we have articles on Lingokids in addition to the games. And I think talking to your own teachers, asking at the school what's happening there or at the daycare center and how can they reinforce good practices so that it just becomes integral and we don't think about it.
Okay, and the video of this game looks fun. All right, Dr. Barchers, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Good to see you.
Thank you.